chasing the G.A.R.
All right, right now we're here at the grave of Robert R. McGuire. This headstone was literally just installed this month. Robert McGuire, and if you can see in the back there behind it, there's James McGuire. We'll talk about him as well. They are related, but they're not brothers. All right, but they're both from, it says the 40th Pennsylvania Infantry, which is also better known as the 11th Pennsylvania Reserves. And Matt, if you want to just give us a little background on that.
I sure will. And hey, this is great being here. Great with my good friend, Mr. Paul. I tell you what, and this is chasing the G.A.R. This is the first episode. We are here to honor these men that lay quietly in these cemeteries around our area, and their story needs to be out. Their story needs to be told. It's not so quiet anymore. Because I know I could speak for Paul, myself. We've been big into cemetery. I can remember since I was a kid, begging my dad to stop at cemeteries and looking for that G.A.R. star. Yeah, Paul, 11th Pay Reserves. Okay, Governor Curtin, the Pennsylvania governor at the time of the Civil War, goes above and beyond the call for Lincoln for volunteers. And he creates his own, almost like a reserve unit. He calls for more volunteers that the great state of Pennsylvania can issue. So that's where your PA reserve units come in. And it holds, this is a great place in my heart, the 11th PA Reserves. My great-great-grandfather, William Connor, fought in the 11th, Company E, the 11th PA Reserves. We are talking about two gentlemen here from Company G. The 11th PA Reserves were everywhere. I mean, the PA Reserves, period, were everywhere in the war. From Gaines Mills, more of their baptism under fire, to the Peninsula Campaign, to Fredericksburg, to Chancellorsville, to Gettysburg, and to Grant's Overland Campaign of '64. So they fought hard and they fought well for basically 3.5 years. Yeah, we are here to honor and talk about two of those vets today. Mr. Paul.
Robert R. McGuire, he's one of 5 McGuires who served in Company G of the 11th Pennsylvania Reserves, all out of Armstrong County. We're in North Huntington, Westmoreland County, so that's unusual these two guys are here. But they're Armstrong County men. We're not sure how they're related. Their family history is kind of sketchy. We do know that Robert served along with his father in the same company, Corporal George Washington McGuire, in the same Company G of the 11th Pennsylvania Reserves. There was also another George Washington McGuire in the same company, and sadly he was killed at Gaines Mills, but it was not his father. Now, if we want to walk back to check out James here, James McGuire, same company.
Here we go, Paul.
And the reason why it says 40th Pennsylvania Infantry, they're called the 11th Pennsylvania Reserves, but they also are given the 40th as they're the 40th group of volunteers. They wanted to give numbers to all the different units, cavalry, artillery, and then even these reserves. So that's why you see 40th. It's the same. It means the same thing. Okay. Unfortunately, James, he died at a young age. He died at only 33. We don't know why. Maybe it was something left over from the war. But because like Matt said, these guys were everywhere. They're both, if you visit the Pennsylvania Monument, Gettysburg, the plaque for the 40th Pennsylvania Reserve, you're going to see both these McGuires there. So it's just an amazing story. And we thank Matt's good friend, Bill Bray. He just put this in along with a cemetery employee. They just put these in, literally just weeks ago.
Yeah, Bill Bray never stops. I mean, Bill Bray will never stop. Bill Bray's done countless amounts of these vets. We do have to mention, why were these men that, mustered in Apollo? Now, Apollo is southern Armstrong County. What are they doing here? That's a good question. Maybe with a little more research, we can find that out. But if you notice, the Apollo Blues, Mr. Paul, mentioned about Company G. They were the Apollo Blues, and they were commanded at times, and they were founded by. It ended up being Brigadier General Samuel McCartney Jackson. And there's a beautiful Jackson Mansion in Apollo. First site of Civil War trails in Western PA, by the way. Signed permission. And the great, we say in Apollo, the great Samuel McCartney Jackson, which was the actor Jimmy Stewart's grandfather. He's very prominent in Apollo. Went on to have an outstanding, political, career after the war. He was commanded. He was founded and commanded for a time at the Company G, the Apollo Blues, and then he was colonel of that the 11th PA Reserve. The 11th PA Reserves went to become Brigadier General in '64 in the war. Great story of Jackson. But why are these men here in Westmoreland County?
We're efforting.
Yeah, there you go.
We're efforting the research.
That's right. And by the way,
maybe you can find it.
That's right. And by the way, we have to thank my great friend, Mr. Paul, for all the research he has done so far. It's amazing. He keeps sending me all this material, and I do look at it, by the way. I do look at it, but he has done so much research.
If you want to take a look down here again, you can see, if you want to start looking for Civil War veterans in maybe your local cemetery. This is what you're going to look for. You're going to look for that G.A.R. star and with the flag. But this next, it's granite, I believe, and it's the beige paint, and you can see how well the whatever the stamp they use, U.S. Army by G.A.R. Grand Army of the Republic. That's the Civil War Veterans Group. And when you see that, it's a slam dunk. This is a Civil War guy. Most of the time, when you see a star, it's a Civil War guy. Sometimes there's errors, but for the most part, when you see that, you have a Civil War veteran. And of course, if you see their regiment on there and the dates line up with Civil War people, then you have a Civil War veteran.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, and please visit these brave men, because that paid the ultimate sacrifice, some of them, for this country. But when you visit them, they know you're there. They know you care. Unfortunately, these men, lay in their graves for hundreds and hundreds of years, and nobody pays their respects. So please, go stand there for a second. You don't have to say anything like we do, because we're always talking. But just pay your respects, and then find, like Paul said, please find their story. And that's why we do this, and that's why we care. And
Civil War history is all around you. It's closer than you realize. Like we said earlier, the only reason we picked this cemetery as our initial broadcast is because it was close to me. I live in North Huntington County and Township, Westmoreland County, and that's where the cemetery is, Union Cemetery. And I didn't even know any of these stories until the last couple of weeks. And so I'm sure that's the same with you in your town. You can just go to your local cemetery. It's usually the older ones. Some of these newer, more memorial parks, maybe you won't find Civil War veterans, but I'm sure you can find Civil War guys, especially Western PA. If you're viewing this from another part of America, the farther west you get, maybe you have, less chance of finding guys. But I have a great uncle who's buried in Montana, so you never know what you would find. So
Montana, Paul.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't beat that. But Paul's exactly right. It could be a little country back road church. Where my dad is buried up in Indiana County, Bethel. It's this little backyard. It's this little backyard church that just has so many Civil War vets there. Or it could be a huge cemetery like this is. This is a big cemetery in Westmoreland County. This is huge. So yeah, it could be a little country church, back road country church, or it could be a huge cemetery. But everybody says Paul's exactly right. Everybody says, I have to go to Gettysburg. I have to go to Gettysburg. You do not have to go to Gettysburg. The men that fought at Gettysburg.
These two right here.
That's true. That are here. And this is where they're buried, here. So please pay your respects to these brave men. We will never stop caring. That's why we're here today on this rainy day. I mean, what? So that's weird, Paul. How about it? A colder, rainy day in March in Western Pennsylvania.
That's unusual.
That is. So it's not 80 degrees and sunny out here today, but that's why we are here. There's more to come. Please continue, watching Chasing the G.A.R. This is just the first stop of many on a journey to put the stories out of these brave men from our passion, the Civil War. Thank you.